Hi guys, this is Heidi from JourneyNow. I do have, I guess I'll call it a surprise video because I really didn't know I was going to be making this today. But blessings be, they say that the 12/12 is upon us, and it is today. And so they want me to do this video. I had done the one yesterday about New Earth and the 12/12. Now we're going to talk about the twin flames. So it seems as though between yesterday and today I have two really big topics, and it's almost like they saved them for the end of this cycle to carry into the new, and I haven't really spoken about either one of them. And they're saying right now, okay, so the 2020 year and the crossover in that cycle, because this is an entire new cycle we step into. And so the 12/12 combined with the full moon, which is amazing. And you guys need to understand that this is the last full moon of the century. Like, this is huge. What we're crossing over into is revolutionary in scale. Like, they're comparing it to, you know, Jesus Christ and all of these massive events. This is what is it. This is what's happening, is we're entering a massive event, and that's the shift. So within this century transition, we transition into 5D. We look at it as the closing of an era or a cycle, and all of that work is pushed out. And now they show the giant snake, like the, you know, the symbol for the Kundalini, that giant snake, and the skin is just coming off of him. And then underneath it's a rainbow snake is what they're showing me. Like, it's just beautiful. And so that's what's occurring for pretty much everybody on the planet, even if you're not aware. So the thing about that is, there's no hiding from these things. This is an intense increase in the frequencies of the planet, and you cannot hide from it. So what's happening is we're shedding these, and as we prepare for the crossover, we're being so this is the thing, terminology must change, they're saying, now that the crossover is occurring. We cannot any longer be referring in terms of past tense or futuristic goals. So they want us to tweak our wording. And so within this crossover, as we release and we are born into, okay, that's what they want me to say, born into our multitude of skills and talents. So it's like this, the past 10-year cycle was bringing all these things up that needed clearing before this new cycling, because we needed room. This is what they're saying. We needed room within our body compartment, within our cellular capacities to, it's basically like when you're writing a trilogy and they're showing like everything that has been as, see, it's not even book one. It's almost like we're heading into book 3 of a trilogy. And so we've cleared the plate. We're ready to look at the book. And the thing is this book is pre-written. So as much as we would like to think, and it's beautiful, and there is some truth to thinking that we are presently creating, we have to understand we already wrote our book. So this is what is happening, is our book is being opened for us now, the 3rd book to read. And in this 3rd book, they're talking about the Akashic records. It's like now you're playing with all of the DNA frequencies and the aligned Merkaba light body that allows you to read the 3rd book and truly delve into the depths of your individual expression. So as we do the crossover, this is super important. So now they're speaking faster, so I'm going to try and slow it down. This is so important to understand. Okay, so they're saying even if you are unconsciously experiencing this, there are parts of you that can tune in and connect to the gifts that have been given, even if you think you haven't been opened up to your gifts. So as we have been approaching today and the 12/12 and the full moon, and then we're going into the solstice and we're going into 2020, you have been able to look upon expanded forms of your personal light, which means, is there things coming up for you that are new? Are you finding all of a sudden now you can speak the light language, now you are drawing or you're painting or you're building or you're whatever it is that you like to do, is there an influxation in the desire to do it? So what they want me to let you know today is do it. Like, do it during these weeks that we have. Do it. And even do it today. So the twin flame thing is about today. That's what we're going to do today. But as we're going through this, this is where action is required, and people have a confusion about what is action. And the very word action kind of freaks us out because it's like, oh, we have to do something. No, that's not really what they're saying when they say take action. They're saying take action with your heart, take action with your desire. Did you feel like you wanted to create something today? Do it, and do it in the form of the little talents or the little hidden gems that you have been seeing or reflecting upwards into your new viewpoint. So you're gonna find that you have so much more than you even thought you had to work with, and they want us to start doing it, because as we do the crossover, it's basically like saying, I see this, I accept it. How do you accept it? How do you become it? You do it. So do whatever it is that you want to bring forth, that your expanded self is calling to you about. Do it now. Do it now. And so for example, I'll show you this, and I made this yesterday, and I have actually been struggling to make jewelry. I've been trying to make this particular piece for 6 months. And I made it yesterday in a day. It's just a mind concept. When you embrace what you're given to work with and you start putting in that action-based intention of doing it, being it, performing it, this is what you carry into 2020, which is your new world. So this is what I have created for the portal. This is a bracelet using rose quartz particularly, and then clear quartz, as we are speaking of heart-based expansion directly within the portal, and we are becoming our hearts. Now we talk about the twin flame. And so I've got my beautiful rose quartz crystal and bracelet to work with today. Okay, so who wants to hear about twin flames? I feel like I've been sitting on this pile of information for so long and just wasn't the right time to share it. The twin flame topic is so controversial because it's so personal and because it is completely heart-based. There's no mind to the twin flame union. There's no mind. It is pure heart living. So they want me to begin talking about the twin flame by first, for my purposes, you do not have to do this, denouncing the term twin flame, and they want me to now call it a soul twin, okay? So we are all created. They're gonna actually give me a little bit of an explanation to sort of get your wheels spinning of what this means. At the very, very beginning of your soul creation, you were created via a specific intent of source energy. That is your divine blueprint origin. That is your original coming into creation. And so I'm not telling you where you were created first. This is what I like to call as my highest self. And then now, of course, they're saying, well, no, your highest self is source. But the one under that, the first separation, okay, that's what they want me to call it. The first separation from source is your birth, your soul expression birth. At that moment of creation, I actually wish I would have brought a pen and paper. I'm going to try to explain it without. So look at yourself, draw a little circle, and it's not a, it's almost like an elongated circle. And then you put a positive and a negative. This is how they like me to explain it, because I guess maybe it makes more sense this way. And you almost look at it like a battery with the positive, the negative charge. This is your divine masculine, your divine feminine. And now we see at that point of creation, that cell, if you want to call it that, or that particle of light, or that photon that is you, is encompassing as a unified cell both the masculine and feminine, both the positive and negative ion, okay? And then you're born, and that is your total self, okay? Then from that point of being born, we can stay there, do whatever we do there, but we have now become, in the image of the source creator, the likeness of it, we can create now. And so how do we do this? How do we begin creating all of the many lives and paths that we're going to lead? We divide our singular self into two so that we can experience the positive, the negative, the masculine, the feminine, and bring it back to that cell. And then we have a further or increased awareness of experience that grows us at this top level. So now this is just an example, okay, because I don't know how else to do it but this way. So me and my total soul splits. And now this isn't I'm not telling you my first. I already know who I was first. I'm just pretending it's me now, Heidi, presenting to you. I am a total being, and I have my, say, divine feminine, and then that's me. And I have my divine masculine, which is also me, separating. This is why they tell you there is no gender. There is no gender at all. We are all the complete spectrum of divine feminine, divine masculine into one. It is literally like playing with Play-Doh. This time, this half that's split of me, my soul twin that went this way, and I'm the other half of my soul twin went this way. This time, this part was male. This time I decided this part was female. So we are exactly that, genderless. So let's clarify on that, because this brings up a whole bunch of information about gays. This brings up all of that baggage with gender identity issues. There is nothing wrong with any of that, people. It is simply an experience in the opposition that is required to bring back this information and experience to your unified cell. So the beauty in what I am trying to tell you here is every single soul has a soul twin or a twin flame. There isn't any of us that don't. And so this is kind of the thing that's just floating and floating around here, is it's kind of been presented like some of us were blessed with this and some of us weren't. That is absolutely false. Absolutely false. Every single one of us is exactly the same. We all have the same things to work with. We are all made of the same stuff. So this is where the judgment needs to go. You cannot cross over into 5D if you carry any confusion about this. You simply need to understand that every single thing you have ever been is correct. So this, of course, and now they're just showing me like a united bathroom, and I think this is actually coming into play where it's unisex bathrooms. Like, I mean, come on, get real, you guys. We've all been both. I'm sorry, I get passionate. Like, we've all been both, and it's so confusing to be living in an experience where so many people just don't get that, okay? So that's my rant about that. Let's move on. So we all have this. Now, this is where we start to find the separation in understanding that we are all a twin soul. Okay. Am I telling you that when we do the crossover into 5D, we are all united with our twin soul or our flame? No, absolutely not. Once again, what I am telling you is we all have them. We have laid out our particular book, particular plan based on what would serve us best, what would serve that half of our whole best, what would serve the collective, the all and the one, the best. So please stop doubting your own choices that you made up there, because that's like saying, hey, you, I don't trust you, but you're talking to yourself. So I think if you had to pick one person to trust, you're going to have to pick you. So get into that groove as we go into 2020. Believe in you, trust in you. Do not let anyone tell you anything besides that. You are in control. You are the writer. You are the genie. Okay, so now, do you, have you intended for union within the carnate of whatever you're embodying, feminine, masculine? Did you intend within the 5D crossover, within the global ascension of 3D to 5D, did you intend to live the experience of union? And then there's so many levels to it. Did you intend to live the union in 3D? That's the question. And so many of us are like, where's my other half? Where's my other half? Did you maybe intend that you did not want union in 3D because possibly you've had union in 3D aspects, possibly you were gifting yourself a union in 5D. Like, it's just a question, because I wouldn't have wanted union in 3D now that I understand fully, because I am one who has chosen a 5D union. So I'm so glad I did, because I didn't want it here. I don't want this. I want it up here where it is fuller and it is larger than life. It is uncapped. It is unbridled in its expression because it's new. Again, it's like Renaissance, revelations, hallelujah, like they can't say it enough. Do you understand how amazing and magnificent the expression of union is in 5D? The 3D, you couldn't even conceive of. You couldn't even, based off of any relationship you have held in this carnation, could not even begin to even explain, understand, conceive of, or feel what true 5D and above union is. So I'm gonna have to say that if you haven't found yours and you're one of those who's like, where are they? Where are they? Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. Where are they? Where are they? I think maybe you might want to go in, meditate, and ask, okay, well, my particular soul twin, what did we decide? What did we gift? What did we write? And then find out. Ask yourself. Don't be asking anyone else. I would never expect to go to a channeler, a reader, anything that you would want to call it. I would never go and ask them if I had a twin. Not once. It will never have happened for me in this carnate life, because I know that nobody is capable of telling me that except for myself. So I want you guys to truly understand that if your heart is soaring, if something inside of you is telling you that your twin is calling, that your union is calling, right now we're crossing over. Decide right now, because there's a window, and they need for you to understand that you need to lose the confusion, because you will just delay more. Understand what is happening. Understand that we all have one. Nobody has been robbed of this beauty. This would make you incomplete at your creation point, and nobody is ever incomplete at their creation point. So if that is something you are wishing, desiring, dreaming for within 5D Earth, maybe there's a reason for that. And maybe you've been looking for it in the wrong experience. That's all I want to say. They wanted me to explain this. There's so much going on the internet about twin flame union, and I just want to say, like, it's literally like a siren call. You can't avoid it, and you can't pretend it's not there. It's either there this time or it isn't. And if it isn't there this time, no worries. It doesn't need to be, and in fact, it serves you best not to be. Also, because they're just trying to really impress upon you the many layers. You may be already in union. Now, there's that bird again. It's actually like a falcon. It's the same one that gave me the dandelion just flying by the window, because this is seriously true, you guys. You might already be in union in another carnation and not willing to give up any of that energy into this one. Like, you don't know everything yet. So if you don't know everything yet, why are you analyzing? Why are you deciding and judging when you don't have the puzzle yet? All I'm trying to tell you is, if this is a wish, if this is a desire, more than likely the reason for it is because it is. So don't watch videos about twin flames. I'm sorry. This is why I haven't done any on the twin flame, because as much as I love all of the beautiful light beings out there who are in union now in 3D and trying to guide and express and feed into the union spectrum, it's very trepidatious on what you say. And so you would be better off to even not say anything at all. If you're gonna say something, just please let everyone know we are all equal. We all have one. There's no need to feel the void of it any longer. That's what we're crossing into. No longer feeling that void. And so, yeah, people tell you all the time, well, I just feel like I get the old 3D parts of me that are trying to be released, right? Like the anger parts, trying to tell you that you don't need that other half of you. Yeah, we get that. This is what I'm trying. This is another thing I need to express. I wish people would stop saying that. If you squash somebody's feeling or desire to want, need that other piece, you're damaging them. So don't tell people to stop dreaming. Don't tell people to stop believing that they have something. Just simply say, we all have one. Go inside and find out your story about the twin flame. That's really all they wanted to say. They really wanted to enter the new cycling with the 12/12 portal, the solstice, the new moon. They want to give this information to the 3D world as well as to the crossover. We are all equal, every one of us. If this is what you want, take this time now. This is where it gets serious. Take the time now, because, see, I'm not even going to say that, because I do not want anyone to have any fear. And okay, now we'll touch upon this. I guess we'll just call this Heidi's blog or rant video. And I really haven't had a whole lot of those, but basically what they're having me do is bring in 3D aspects of me that I can better communicate this topic, because this topic needs to be expressed in both 3D and 5D. So there is, Okay, well, I don't know how else to say it. That's the thing. There is a window involved right now that you can make the most of. So knowing what I've told you now, and then if you had watched the previous video yesterday about New Earth, maybe we have some work to do. Do you guys have some more work to do? When I said pack your bags, did you pack your soul twin? I don't know. Like, I'm not you. I don't want the same things you want. I'm just telling you, please unbridle yourself. Give in to your heart. Don't listen to anyone else. And if that means shutting off YouTube, do it. If you need to shut off every source to any information outside of yourself right now during this time, do it, because you cannot be being influenced by someone else's story. And so I know it's like a catch-22 because I'm telling you something, but I'm basically telling you, be free. Be free and let go of everything that everyone has told you. Let go of it all, fall into you, and this is where the crossover begins. I hope that gave you inspiration, love, and light to bring into the portal, to seal, sign, deliver, they say, to the new world. Mwah. Love and light, you guys. I'll see you again. I did say yesterday or whenever the day before that was my last video. This is another one, and they're showing me yet another one because part of what needs to be shown is also a process I'm going through. They're making me step into my own actions. So to even speak of the flame, that's an action. To create this peace, that's an action. To do any of the things that are me, that is an action that I am carrying myself with into 5D. Do the same. Sky's the limit, my loves. Please don't hold back. I love you so much. Mwah. Happy travels.